Welcome to your first training of this course. In this training video, we will cover the basics of Dentrix so that you can begin your course with an understanding of how Dentrix works and what kinds of things you will be using it for. To start off, here is a breakdown of what we will cover. First, we will cover what Dentrix is by its definition. Then, we will move on to discussing what Dentrix can be used for and how Dentrix works. So, what is Dentrix Enterprise? It is one of a few dental practice management softwares used by dental offices around the country. More than 35,000 dental practices rely on the management of Dentrix to keep their clinic functioning and running smoothly. Because we are a large group, multi-location office, we require the robust features that Dentrix offers to maximize efficiency and overall patient care. Now, what can Dentrix be used for? Dentrix allows us to centralize all of our data, patient info, and locations in one program, as well as standardize front office, operations, accounting, and clinical procedures for the entire practice. Now, if this is beginning to sound like I'm speaking a foreign language, it's because I am. Dentrix itself has its own language that is specific to the software that you will begin to become familiar with over time. But I know that it doesn't come quickly, so let me put it into terms that aren't so foreign. Dentrix manages patient scheduling, clinic scheduling, patient records, and we can also access reports containing important data on Dentrix as well. This isn't all that Dentrix can do, because if I went through all of the functions that Dentrix has to offer, we would be in for a lot longer of a ride. But these are some of the most vital functions that Dentrix has to offer. Now, moving on to the good stuff, how Dentrix works. So now I'm going to have you follow along as I take you through the world of Dentrix on my screen. We will start off by covering the handy-dandy toolbar. The toolbar contains several buttons that you can click to access certain areas or features of Dentrix Enterprise. For example, watch as I hover my mouse over the first button on the toolbar. You will notice that the word Patient Chart appears. That's because this button is how you can access a patient's chart. The second button is the Family File. This is where we enter and manage patient information. The third button is the Appointments, also known as the Appointment Book View. This button opens the day being viewed in the schedule to enter or manage appointments. You get the point. The most important thing to remember is that anytime you forget how to access a feature on Dentrix, come up to the toolbar and hover your mouse over each button until you have found the one that you need. Can't find the one that you need? Don't worry, Dentrix has a solution for that. Above the toolbar, we are going to select Help, and then we're going to select Contents. This is going to direct us to Dentrix's wonderful support section where almost any question you may have in regards to Dentrix can be answered. You can search by using keywords related to your question, such as Family File, or you can search by the index. Always remember to refer to this section when in doubt. Now we can be done with this. Let's move on to the schedule. So we are going to select our appointments icon and pull up today's schedule. As you can see here, we are viewing today's current schedule. Now, what happens if we want to view tomorrow's schedule? All we have to do is come up to the top right corner and click on the forward-facing arrow once. Now the date has changed to tomorrow's date. This is a quick way to navigate from day to day. If you are needing to navigate to a day far ahead in the future, come up to the top left corner and select this calendar icon. This allows you to jump from day to day, month to month, and even from year to year. To move to the following month, all we have to do is select the double arrows, and we are now able to navigate to a day in this month. Now let's say we need to go back to the current date. Again, we are going to come up to the top right corner, but this time we are going to click on the circle shape. And we are now back to today. Let's move on to talking about what these green blocks are. You will see that there are 5 operatories. In Ops 2 through 5, we have blocks scheduled for Dr. Richens. Each block describes what kind of treatment is to be scheduled in that operatory. You will also find the name of the hygienist or the assistant that is scheduled to work in that operatory. As you can see, Operatory 2 is listed as a hygienist operatory, and the hygienist scheduled to work that op is Danielle. We can also see that the production goal for Danielle's chair is $1,400. Op 3 is listed as a hygienist chair as well, and the hygienist scheduled to work in that op is Natalie. Op 4 is listed as a small treatment and hygiene chair, with David scheduled to work in that op. And again, Op 5 is listed as a treatment chair with Nick, scheduled as the assistant to work in that op. This is how you will identify which doctor is working on which days and where to schedule a patient according to their treatment. All adult cleanings are to be scheduled in the hygienist operatories. So on this day, you would schedule all adult cleanings in Ops 2 and 3. Any small treatment in children's hygiene is to be scheduled in the small treatment hygiene chair in Op 4. And any large treatment is to be scheduled in the treatment chair in Op 5. These blocks also indicate what time we will start seeing patients. On this day, Dr. Richens will begin seeing patients at 8 a.m. The dark area at the bottom of the schedule indicates the time clinic will be closed for Dr. Richens. So Dr. Richens' patients will end at 5 p.m. on this day. Always remember to pay close attention to what blocks you are scheduling patients in, and schedule them in the appropriate operatory according to the appointment book policy.